everyone to the premiere episode of the Review Stew. Today we have a couple of gems in our collection. First up today is going to be Earth Defense Force Insect Armageddon, Catherine, and Zero Tolerance. Now the first two can be found on 360 and PS3, the third one is only on Sega Genesis. So that's what the Review Stew is going to be, a couple of current gen games combined with a vintage or a classic game. So let's get right to it. First up on the list is Earth Defense Force, a simple arcade shooter that's fun for the whole family. I know what everyone's going to say. Scott, why don't you have a video card to film this shit? I'm sorry, I just don't. Deal with it. Oh my gosh, what are those? They're giant ants! We're gonna kill them all with our foot. Bring it. Insect Armageddon. Now this is a sequel to a game that was only on the 360. It was kind of just thrown out there as a budget game. You basically ran around as these soldiers saving the planet from bugs. There was a giant dinosaur, T-Rex kind of thing, and also even a just all kinds of robots and shit. So we'll jump right into the one-player campaign. Now what Earth Defense Force Insect Armageddon has that the first one did not is different classes. You've got your basic battle suit, you know, the tank, he's got the big gun. Jet, which is my preferred class, he's pretty speedy, flies around. Tactical, can lay down turrets to help out everybody. And then there's the Trooper, which is the basic class. That was the only one they had in the first one, so no, I don't want to quit. But I'm going to pick the Jet class because he's the most mobile.
Move in and secure the
so
area.
you can see he can actually fly, blow up cars and stuff for good fun. He has some pretty sweet homing weapons. Now I'm going to show you how realistic this game is. 2 shots took down that building, so you know we're off to a good start. Look at all them bugs! Kill all them bugs! Sometimes you can rely on your team, sometimes not so much. There is also a 3-player co-op. Old Men and Kicker there, my reliable allies, would be replaced with actual human beings and probably actually help me in the mission. But for now I'm just doing single player because I have no friends right now. They also give you mechs in the game, like this little guy here. Can jump into there. Whoop. They've got mechs and tanks. Sometimes they're helpful, sometimes they're not. Really it's the best just to take damage with them. And looky what we got there. One of the big first bosses, the grand old daddy Longlegs. And we got a bunch of flying shit going on too. So you'll encounter various enemies from ships kamikazing to the daddy Longlegs there, to spiders. Let's watch them fly. Whee! Gotta watch out for spider rape. One of the most annoying enemies, the ticks. Poof. Also bots called Hectors. There's the bigger version of a Hector. This mission is called Ditch Slap. Probably appropriate. Probably didn't need that bridge. Probably didn't need that bridge either. There's a big old bug turd, or maybe an anthill. As you can see, the graphics aren't that great. I mean, it doesn't really matter though with a game like this. You've got to expect that with so much crap going on. So this game is basically composed of buildings falling, bugs dying, people flying, and saving the world. Probably the most epic game out there right now. I haven't met a person that doesn't enjoy this game. And if they don't enjoy it, I'll contradict myself. You know, I guess they can't get past the low-budget graphics, but it is a budget game. It's just made to be fun. You do have a 3-player co-op, like I said, and also 6-person survival, so that can get pretty crazy, pretty hectic, but still a blast to go through. I mean, this game is basically Starship Troopers, the movie. So, it's good, arcadey fun. Nothing deep, nothing immaculate. Just fun. So overall, EDF's just a fun game. I do recommend checking it out, especially since it's a little bit cheaper. Oh, ground pound nonsense. So that's EDF. Earth Defense Force Insect Armageddon. So that was Earth Defense Force. Second up is Catherine, the very Japanese-inspired puzzle game, very story-driven. It's hard to describe it exactly, so let's just jump right into it. I do want to point out that the game unsuspectedly sold 200,000 copies in its week of launch, so let's jump right into that. So second up on our list is the bizarre puzzle game. Thank you, Vince. That's our buddy Vince, who's going to help us get through this nonsense. So the game can be split up into 3 areas: the puzzle section, the bar roaming section, and then the cutscenes. I suppose you could only count 2 of those as actual gameplay, but this is in between the levels, pretty far along in the game now. But what's controversial about it is you can see it's very religiously themed. Everyone appears as a sheep. If you're not sure who they are, everyone sees you as a sheep as well. But the confessional is where you go into and you answer questions. We're just going to skip all his nonsense. Your lover is cheating on you. Do you break up with them or make them end it? And you pick one. Sometimes it's not really clear whether it's, good, bad, what you're going to pick here. So we'll just go with that one. And you see your little meter down there goes to the blue, which is usually the better of the 2. Then you get launched into the next level. Now what is cool is while it's loading, it does show you what everyone else picked. So, according to this, I was in the majority. You can't really see that. You're fighting some freakish bosses when you're playing through here. Such as a baby with a chainsaw. I don't know. Anyway, you use the directional pad, you pull blocks out, and you have to climb to the top, like I said before. Pillows provide extra lives. Some of the different kinds of blocks you'll face make the game a little bit more interesting. I'll try to grab one here to show you what I mean. This one's a bomb block. Now if you don't make it to the top, love is over, instead of a game over, because love is so much more important than the game. The other part of the game, you spend the time at the Stray Sheep, which is Vincent's favorite bar. You can talk to patrons there, try to help them out with their problems, or also talk to your buddies down here at the regular booth. Try to help them out with what's going on as well, or they try to help you out, because Vincent's in the midst of a love triangle, basically, which is what this story revolves around. Now he's being pressured by his girlfriend Catherine to get married, and I won't give away any spoilers, but he then suddenly wakes up in bed with another Catherine, and the story goes from there. While you're walking around the bar, you can also change tracks on the jukebox, and even play a little game called Rapunzel, which is basically just a retro version of the main puzzle game itself. Get to the princess, the long-haired freak that she is. So you run around as that guy. Same deal though, moving the blocks, and gradually making your way up there. You can also spend your time at the bar looking at all your messages that you have, and which is basically, hey, you beat this level, but there's also plot points from your current girlfriend, or your first girlfriend, Catherine, and you can choose to reply, and depending on what you say also eventually affects the ending of the story, ending of the game. There are a couple different endings to the game to which you find by the decisions that you make. So, and in between you get story breaks that are done in an anime style. There's the his first love, or his first girlfriend, whatever, Catherine.
Hey, where'd you go? Snap out of it.
Which is a nice break after you've racked your brain through the different levels. It's fun to just sit back and watch the story evolve. So that's Catherine. Sweet dreams. Last up on the list today, last up in the stew, in the pot, in the brew, in the whatever, we've got Zero Tolerance on the Sega Genesis, a first-person shooter on the Sega Genesis. I'm pretty sure it's the only one, unless I don't think they put Doom on it. I can't remember, correct me if I'm wrong. Anyway, let's jump into that and see how it looks. Last but very not least, we have Zero Tolerance on the Sega Genesis. That's right, it's made by Accolade, and a little-known company called Technopop. I think this is one of the 2 games that they made, possibly. Now, in the options menu, you could put in passwords, get through. That's how they did it back in the day. This game actually is 2-player via a cable that you could buy. Back in the day, you could send away for a cable, blow away a friend, or join forces to defeat the terrorists. So you could do that, and they would just ship you one for free, completely free. And this is the link cable that you could buy. It basically plugs, one end goes into the controller, the second controller port, the other end goes into the second controller port of a Sega Genesis. And then you just make sure you got 2 TVs and you're all set. Typical plot: holy shit, we're in space, things on fire, and I don't know what to do, there are bugs and aliens. They tell us what's going on. From there, you can pick your character. Now, I mean, really, you're playing as the same dude, because you never see your guy's face. The only difference is their weapons layout. So we'll go with Soba here. And as you can see, first-person shooter, barely any actual gameplay on the screen because there's so much going on. I guess they just couldn't make it the whole size of the TV for clipping reasons. So you have your arsenal up there. You can just run around and punch. You can jump with the A button, or also crouch down as well, which we'll show you how useful that is in a second here, but let's open up a door. Peek around the corner. Uh-oh, bad dude. Kill, dead. And if you're like me, you enjoy beating the shit out of their dead body. I would like to remind you that I am a woman, and that's how I sound. Kick to the crotch. Do this like men. With our fists. Let's do it, buddy. You just basically run through each level, killing all the bad guys. The level's not complete until everything's dead. On the left side of the screen, you can see the number 55. That's how many enemies are left in this level. When you pause it, you've got your map screen. Good thing they're not shooting at me while I'm staring at this piece of paper. X is where you are, and the little, kind of the wedge up at the top in the middle of that circle is an elevator that you have to get to. Once you kill all the enemies, you can go there. And also damage the level a little bit. Now, if you're like me, you can just run through the level and say, screw it, I don't want to kill everything, I just want to get to the next level. But if you do that, the floor will not be secure and you won't get the best ending. Not that there are different endings, I'm just kidding. You could also pick one of my favorites, Psycho. He starts with bombs and a rocket launcher, all the good stuff. And as you go on, you will fight, besides just the typical soldier enemy there, you'll also fight robots. The bosses are pretty gigantic. Oh, like this one. So what do? Blow his shit up. I'll handle this. I might have died. I know what would work against a giant mech. Hand grenades. Let's do it! One of my favorite enemies shows up, the crab aliens. They like to nibble on your butt. Aw, look at the little crab alien, he's so cute. Come here, guy, let's pet your little head. Come here. I'll pet your little head. Oh, he done split in half. It's alright. Serve lightly over toast. Better follow them aliens into the basement. The world's at stake. And other plot stuff. Now sometimes when you get going in here, the levels can get pretty ridiculous. There you go. Eventually when you make your way down to the basement, apparently the walls have been taken over by all their catacombs of alien nonsense, so... Roasty toasty. This is what I was talking about. They can't run past this, so there's only one thing left to do. That's a wall. Roasted toasty. Take mine with some butter. Now you would think the aliens would get difficult as you go, the enemies I mean, but actually they can only do hand-to-hand combat, so it makes it a world easier. And if you keep shooting them, aw, you can't keep them up against a wall. Let me see if I can do that. Yeah, keep them going. Roasty, toasty, tasty, wasty. So that's zero tolerance. So that's it for the review, Stu, guys. Thanks for watching. I'm not going to give these games grades because I think that's usually bullshit and just opinionated anyway. So all I want to do with this is let you know about some games, and if you want to play them based on what you saw, then there you go. Let me know what you think of the games, what you think of this video, and see you on the other side.
Hey, this stuff tastes 1, 2, what's in the stew, and 3, 4. Well, no one's really sure. 5, 6, what's in the mix, and 7, 8. This stuff tastes.
Hello and welcome to the first premiere. Well, I screwed that up. It's redundant and I'm stupid. Who likes walls anyway? No, I guess we could. Ground spiders. That went well. Take 2. There's a fire. We can only... Okay. They threw me into the fire. Hello, everyone. Nope, that's stupid too.